The night Iran was hit, the world held its breath. But behind the smoke and silence, a question rose louder than the bombs. Did Donald Trump approve the attack on Iran? Let's break it down. It didn't start with missiles. It started with silence, with vague warnings, and with a president who speaks more through implications than declarations. Just days before the skies above Iran erupted, Trump took to Truth Social. We remain committed to a diplomatic resolution. Talks were scheduled. US and Iranian negotiators were set to meet again that very week. The world, as fragile as it was, still had hope for dialogue. But that hope didn't last long. Because only hours before Israel's warplanes launched their largest aerial assault in years, Trump posted a new message. Iran's 60-day deadline is over. No explanation. No details. Just an expiration date. And then the bombs began to fall. This wasn't just another military strike. This was Operation Rising Lion, a meticulously planned offensive that mobilized over 200 Israeli fighter jets, including state-of-the-art F-35s and F-151 stealth bombers. Their target, the infrastructure Iran has been building for years: nuclear facilities, military compounds, critical command centers. Sources confirmed that over 60 major Iranian sites were hit. Among them, the Natanz uranium enrichment facility, the same site that has enriched uranium to 60%, far beyond civilian energy levels and dangerously close to bomb grade. But that wasn't all. Another key site, Fordow, a deep underground facility shielded by mountains, was spared. For now. The question wasn't just why these sites were hit, but whether Trump knew they would be. On Sunday, after the operation began, he posted again. Israel and Iran should make a deal. And they will, with my help. But when asked about his early departure from the G7 summit in Canada, Trump dismissed the rumors of ceasefire diplomacy. This is something much bigger. So what is it? Experts are split. Some, like Kelsey Davenport, director for non-proliferation policy at the Arms Control Association, say Trump tried to rein in Israeli aggression. He's been clear in opposing force while diplomacy had a chance, she told Truthory. Reports even suggest he pushed back against Netanyahu. But others see something else, a strategy wrapped in ambiguity. Ali Ansari, professor of Iranian history at St. Andrews University, doesn't buy the denial. The US knew, he says. Even if the specific timing caught them off guard, they were aware. A wink is about right. Why would Israel strike now? According to Davenport and Nephew, the answer is simple and chilling. Israel feared diplomacy was about to succeed, and success would have meant a deal it didn't want. Richard Nephew, former NSC director for Iran under Obama, says this wasn't about preventing war. It was about preventing peace that didn't serve Israel's deeper objectives. Trump's push for a deal may have been the threat, Nephew said. And Israel decided it couldn't wait. But what role is America playing now? Because the US may claim it's not involved, but its movements suggest otherwise. Just hours after Israel's attack, the US dispatched a large number of mid-air refueling planes to the region. Then came a sudden deployment of the USS Nimitz aircraft carrier, redirected to the Gulf. On Tuesday, Washington confirmed it was sending even more warplanes. These are not routine movements. They are messages. Strategic whispers in the language of military posture. Because if Israel wants to destroy Fordow, or the deeper bunkers at Natanz, it can't do it alone. It would need America's help. Specifically, it would need the massive ordnance penetrator, a 30,000-pound bunker-buster bomb designed to penetrate fortified underground sites. Only the US has it. And so far, the US has not transferred it. But what happens when Israel asks? Barbara Slavin, senior fellow at the Stimson Center, says, if Israel wants to finish the job, they'll need US weapons. It's not a theory, it's a fact. And if Trump is tempted, by victory, by dominance, by legacy, would he say no? Nephew doesn't think so. Trump wants to be on the winning side. If he thinks Israel is winning, that's where he'll stand. Ansari echoes that warning. Trump might join just to share the glory, and that alone might push Iran to the table. But diplomacy by intimidation is a dangerous game. Senator Tim Kaine knows the risk. That's why he introduced a war powers resolution on Monday, demanding congressional approval before any US military action against Iran. This isn't in America's security interest unless it's absolutely necessary, he said. And right now, it isn't. But this moment wasn't born in 2025. It began in 2018, when Trump tore up the JCPOA, the nuclear agreement Obama had signed. That deal limited enrichment to 3.67%, placed IAEA inspectors on the ground, and de-escalated a decade of tensions. Trump scrapped it. Biden didn't revive it. And Iran? Iran responded by enriching more uranium, faster. from 4.5% to 20%, and in 2023, inspectors found particles enriched to 83.7%, a step away from bomb grade. With no deal, no trust, and now, no restraint, we are closer than ever to a nuclear flashpoint. And regime change? It won't solve the problem. Regime change isn't a non-proliferation strategy, Davenport told Truthory. Even a new democratic Iran could choose to build a bomb. Democracies have done it before. So now we wait, not in peace but in pause. A silence that could be shattered by the next strike. A decision that may already be in motion. And a president who never needed to say yes, only nod. Because in geopolitics, wars don't begin with speeches. They begin with silence. And silence is sometimes louder than bombs. This is Truthory. And this is why we exist. Subscribe now, and don't miss what comes next. Because what the world calls confusion, we call pattern. What others ignore, we expose. Hit the bell. Stay alert. Stay informed. Because every truth has a story. And every story deserves to be told, clearly.